Screw the opinions. Today, we're diving deep into the wearables of Whoop and what the science says of how we can truly take it and use it for what it's meant to be used for, what works well, what doesn't. Here's today's Wearable Wednesday. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're really going to dive deep into the comparison of wearable analytics, wearable data, wearable technology. It's the biggest craze out there. We've got your Whoop bands, we've got your Oura rings, we've got your heart rate straps, we've got your Polars, we've got your Garmins, we've got your Fitbits, we've got your Apple Watches. It goes on and on and on. But what works, what doesn't? There's so many opinions out there. So the first one we want to dive into is that Whoop band. And the big thing we need to know is that it is a PPG based measurement. So photopolysonography, it allows us to pull information through that little guy underneath and really gets the information going. So I'm just going to show what we look for on the Whoop band and what they're measuring. So they've got their own algorithm called strain. And that's based off of how long our heart rate stays in different zones. So it's max heart rate, calories burned, and average heart rate for the day. That's what it's typically pulling up and looking at. We're going to take a look at whether that is really accurate or not. Then we have recovery. And recovery is an algorithm of their proprietary nature based upon HRV, sleep, and resting heart rate. And that's given to us on a daily basis. And then we have sleep performance, which takes a look at our total sleep, so total sleep time, as well as the quality of that sleep, broken up into the phases: light sleep, REM sleep, slow wave sleep, and a wake cycle. If I open this up, it'll show you that wake cycle there as well. So those are the things that Whoop is actually looking at. Now, the key thing here that we need to understand is that Whoop is just a simple measurement tool. It's not something that's actually saying whether it's perfect or anything in terms of actually grabbing the data and information. So that's why we used what we see here, which is that ECG or the EEG, pardon me. And it now actually is the gold standard in measuring how we are sleeping. So if we take a look and compare the two, we actually start to see that one is obviously worn on the head and the other is on the wrist. The only way to truly get true, and the reason why it's gold standard, is because it's actually measuring our brainwave pattern. And as we see here, the patterning, if we take a look at these little red areas right here, these are where the EEG is measuring our REM sleep. Now that REM sleep, we can see here that we are coming out of. So if we take a look, REM sleep's always at the end of a cycle. So if we said this was one cycle, this was 2 cycles, 3, 4, 5, we're saying there's 6 cycles in this sleep, okay? The quality of the sleep, what's great about this is the quantity of sleep, really, really great between the EEG and the Whoop band. It shows when we're going to sleep and when we're waking up. It's almost literally to the T, both literally just shy of 9 hours and a half. Okay, really, really high quantity and quality in measuring the quantity of sleep. Now, when it comes to taking a look at the overall measurement of sleep, we can see it's slightly off. And I'm going to give a better example of that here, where we actually come and take a look and we start to see that, hey, the deep sleep in that measurement was 14% measured on the EEG versus 21%. So it's overestimated. Whereas our light sleep on the Whoop band was underestimated in terms of the actual amount of sleep. Same thing with our REM sleep, overestimated in our Whoop band, versus the EEG, and then overestimated in the wake cycle again. And so basically what we're learning here is that if we look at the quality of sleep, right, our deep sleep and our REM sleep is what measures accuracy of quality of sleep. It's about 35% spent in that time versus, call it 54%. So they're overestimating by about 20%. So if we're actually going to start putting numbers to this and wanting to look at the type of sleep we're getting, we're really just going to want to use Whoop to identify the quantity of sleep and not necessarily quality. Okay, something that we should really kind of dive into and hold very true to us.